It was interesting off the back of the midterms, Fiona, that Joe Biden goes into that meeting bolstered by a much better result than what he was expected to have by many US analysts. And then I've just seen pop here, the Democratic governor candidate officially has defeated Katie Hobbs, defeating Carrie Lake, the Trump-backed candidate in Arizona as well. So it was a bit of a theme of those midterms, wasn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely was. But I think it also gives Biden that, that swagger in his stride going into this meeting, into his time with Xi. And I think it's also a matter that, where he's positioned has been right. I mean, it just throws a different shade about how the Chinese have responded since the Nancy Pelosi visits to Taiwan. But, with Donald Trump's not being able to get people across the line in these midterms and it not being, a major success for the Republicans, as some people were thinking it could have been, it really has been an important piece. And I think it probably gave Biden the authority going into this meeting that, he wasn't as lame duck as what some political commentators have been predicting him to be.
Yeah, let's get Ben's thought on that. Ben, off the back of the midterms and then in China as well, that Xi had reinforced his position, having formalised his precedent-breaking third term as well. That was the backdrop for that meeting.
Yeah, I think the problem, though, is that both domestic politics in the US and China, and to some extent geostrategic politics, are driving a different approach to trade, in particular from the United States. And globalisation is in retreat, and the kind of move to onshore, to shore up supply chains with like-minded countries, to move from the just-in-time model to the just-in-case model, means Australia's in a tricky spot. And that's why it's really important that Albanese is at these fora across Asia at the moment, because that rivalry between the US and China makes very tricky trade negotiations for Australia, because that rivalry between the US and China makes it tricky for Australia, because the US is, its move on chips and trying to stop AI transfer to China means it's looking for allies in its kind of trade battle with China, and that makes it difficult for Australia as it tries to normalise its trade relationships, and as we know how important they are for China. For Australia's
Ben, Fiona,
well-being is its
thank you
relationship with
both.
China.
We will talk to you both soon. Thank you.